Hey folks, here again with another long-awaited electric guitar video. Some of you may recognize that if you are fans at all of the blues legend Stevie Ray Vaughan. This isn't as much a blues song as it is kind of a jazz song. A little bit less jazz than his song Riviera Paradise, but that's a whole different song entirely. But this one is called Lenny, and there's some awesome videos of him doing this song, especially the one from the El Macambra, I think is the name of the video, and live from the El Macambra. It's been a year since I've watched it, but he's actually using the guitar he named Lenny. I believe it was after his first wife, and it's a red guitar with a nice little kind of engraved symbol here. I'm using my Stratocaster today, my 2001 standard Strat, which I recently got set up at a place in Sparta off of Fire Tower Road called Custom Fretted Instruments. It's owned by Jim Granger, and the guys there did a great, awesome job in setting this thing up. I had it kind of out of whack. I actually did an experiment with trying to redo the neck on this and buying another one because I thought the neck was, that the truss rod had been broken, but it turned out that it was fine. After doing hours of trying to get the neck and everything set up on this myself with my brother, that was kind of all down the drain, and now it's back to what it should be with the original neck on here, which I'm very pleased with. So all that video footage we shot for nothing, so I don't know whether to put that on here or not. Maybe you can leave me a comment below whether to go ahead and put that video on here or not. Otherwise, I don't really see the point in putting it on there, other than the fact that it may be good for those of you who wants to do some, some work on your guitar yourself. But this is my, like I said, it's this 2001 standard Strat. The original color is midnight blue. They don't make them in this color anymore. And I've got a decal here, which I did a video a while back on. And this is of my Texas Blues guitar course, which you can probably see if I can get it in the camera right. So I actually did the logo for this and stuck it on here. And the name of the company slips my mind, but it's got the word Axe in it. I wish I could remember what they're called. It's been a while since I've looked at them, but basically it's a vinyl decal that you can put on your guitar, and I did a video of that. You have to do a search for, maybe you can do a search for Axe, and it should pull up on my YouTube page. But it's been a long time since I've done an electric guitar video, and I wanted to do another one, and get my seat adjusted here. So I wanted to do another one, and I thought, well, this is a really good, slow, soft song to work on. I'm not going to teach you the whole song. I'm just going to teach you those chords that I used and kind of the progression that we had there. The whole song, if you ever get the chance to learn the whole song, Lenny, definitely check it out because of the fact that it is a masterclass in blues guitar. I'll tell you that right now. It's just got some awesome scales, the pentatonic scale, and the way that Stevie uses it. It just seems like he's an endless supply of different ideas when it comes to the pentatonic standard blues scale. And he does some blues stuff up here, and he does mainly a bunch of stuff at the 12th fret. But definitely check that video out, analyze it. And I recently did a video on how to learn a song, how I learned a song and analyze a song. So you can see that video. If you find a video of Stevie doing this song, you can kind of use that video as a guide of how to study it, him playing this song. But it's amazing, and this is called Lenny. I'm using the second position here, which are these two pickups. If it's a little too twangy, I think he actually uses the 4th position, which are the back 2 pickups. I think it's a little too twangy on this guitar versus the 2nd position. Okay, so we're definitely using the whammy bar. He uses that a lot as a really quick vibrato sound. And just in case it's been forever since you've seen any of my videos, so what I've got in this guitar is a DiMarzio chopper in the neck. I've got the standard Fender single coil, which got a piece of metal on it, I guess from a string, from the magnets here. Standard Fender single coil, and then the back pickup I really am in love with, highly recommend. It's called the Tone Zone S because it's single coil shape, but the standard Tone Zone, which is a dual humbucker shape, is, I mean, if this sounds anything like it, it's an amazing pickup. I highly recommend it from DiMarzio, the Tone Zone. This is the Tone Zone S, and I am going to set this to this position. First off, we're going to start with one of the weirdest chords I've ever learned, and I technically do not know the name of it. I'll have to sit here and analyze it. But it's a very nice jazzy chord. It bounces off that E note. Okay, so let me just tell you the fingering of this, and then we'll kind of analyze it and kind of explain maybe what it is. First of all, we're going to aim our fingers kind of like, if you're familiar with a long A, it's kind of like a long A shape. So we're going to have this 1, 2, 3, 4 finger shape here between the 6th and the 9th fret here. Our pinky is going to land on, ideally we want our fingers to land at the same time, but just to analyze this right now, you're going to have your pinky on the 6th fret, or excuse me, the 9th fret on the E and the B string. Okay, then your ring finger is going to come down on the 8th fret, G string. First finger is going to be on the D string, 6th fret. Okay, and then you're going to mute the A string, not going to play it at all. You're going to mute it with the back side of your ring finger, which is going to land on the 7th fret. Okay. Now, in the context of E, because it's transitioning from an E chord, a 1 chord, to an A. We'll go over what this is in just a second. So it's going from basically E. Because the open note is E. So in the key of, in the sense of this being an E chord, let's break this down just a little bit. First of all, we have a B, so that's a 5 for an E. So that's our 5. So this is an inversion of a chord with the 5th in the bass. And once again, I'm muting that A, so you can play all the strings, and you won't hear that A being muted at all. Okay, so let's see, we have the 3rd here. So that's a 5, a 3rd. And this, I think, is probably a, let's see, major 7th sound, so that's a major 7. So a 5, a 3, it's G sharp for a 3. And so there is, like I said, the major 7th, which is E flat. And then here, let's see if this is E, another 3rd. So it's an octave of that 3rd. I'm trying to get straightened up here so we can probably see a little bit better. So we have a 5, a 3, major 7, 3, and then so 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a 6. So that's a major 13, I guess, because we have a major 7, we have a 3rd, and so we have a 6 in there. So since we have a 7th, I believe that technically makes this a major 13 chord. I could be wrong. You theory junkies out there could probably correct me if I'm wrong, which is totally fine. So this is a major 13, E major 13. This is context of an E chord. And since it's hard to vibrate this with a whole hand, we we've got this. Okay, so we're going to consider that E major 13. So the first chord is, and we're always going to, keep in mind, you always want to center your hand around this area. My thumb is right actually just behind the, let's see, technically that would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th fret. It's behind the actual fret, not the in between like we usually consider, but it's behind the fret. And that's where my thumb needs to be, okay? And so we want our hand to kind of center right back around these 4 frets from the 6th and the 9th. And what I would do is to suggest, forget about this top note at first. Try to get the last 3 in place. Try to get the last 3 with this finger in place. And then add that top one if you can. Now, how I came up with this chord was actually watching Stevie play this song. There's all kinds of tabs and things like that, and when I first learned this song, I learned it, some of it through tabs, but tabs are not always going to be accurate. It's best to watch the person. So I actually watched him when he played this. He would always land right here. And that is not a blues chord. I'll just tell you right now. A major 13, that's a jazz chord, okay? It's kind of fusion-y chord. So this is a major 13, E major, so. And then we're going to very slightly flutter that whammy bar. Now typically when you're doing a vibrato, you're actually sharpening the note. Okay, so actually he's pushing down. He's actually going down, maybe even up as well, to give it a warble effect, not a vibrato really. So we're making it flat, regular, flat, regular. If you wanted to do it the other way, you could pull up on it and just release. Okay, so here's pushing down. Here's pulling up. So just whatever you want to do. I think he pushes down for the most part. So that's E13, E major 13. The next thing is, I'll tell you how to transition there in a second, but the next chord, the rest of the chords actually, it's going to be the same shape, and this is a 6, a major 6 sound, I think. Okay, and so there's a couple ways to play this. He plays it the way I'm used to playing it, and that is with, you're going to use your middle finger again. It's going to land on that A note, 5th fret. And now we're going to take and do our first finger on the D string previous fret, which will be 4th fret. Keep that shape in mind. Our ring finger is going to come down here on the B string, and our pinky is going to hit that G string. So ring fingers, B string 5th fret, pinky is 6th fret G string. So we have middle 5th fret, low E string, first finger 4th fret D string, and I'm doing it ring finger first because I always think of it as ring, then my pinky lands. So I'm doing ring is the next one, 5th fret B string, and then pinky 6th fret G string. Once again, we're muting that A string, and we're not even playing the high E string. You don't want to play it because when you move it around, it would sound okay, but he doesn't play it. He just kind of, I just always mute the bottom string. Okay, and when I put my fingers down here, actually when my wrist comes down, the fingers move out of the way. So I'm not physically moving, moving the fingers. I'm moving my wrist, and the fingers kind of collapse and move out of the way for me. So we're going to start out here on the A note here, 5th fret, and it's kind of hard to do when you're holding this. It's kind of hard to mute that bottom string. You just got to do the best you can. So we're going to take and rake it really slow strum. And if you're playing it very slow, it's going to be easy to kind of stop on that B string where you need to anyway. And he just goes back and forth between those G and the B strings. We'll slide that whole shape up to the, let's see, 8th fret. Down to the G6. I'm pretty sure this is a 6, not a major 6. We have a 1, a 6, a 3, and a 5. So that's our G6. And then we're going to lead with that middle finger Let's see, sixth fret. Okay, so let's go back to that. Bum, ba, da, da. Bum, ba, da, da, da. There we go, start the movement. I may not have done that, so let's do that again. For the movement is we're going to just scoot it up 2 frets. We're going to lead with the top string first, aiming for the 5th, 6th, 7th fret. Okay, and we're going to go aiming for the 10th fret. Okay, so I think I actually told you the wrong chords, the wrong positions. It's the same chord shape, but it was the wrong position. So start with A sharp, B, 6. And that would be D, D6, at the 10th fret. All the way down to the G6, 3rd fret. Then we come up to that A sharp. Okay, so just out of curiosity, or just so you know, just in case you want to know, I'm actually using just a clean setting with a little slight flanger. I think he uses chorus, but I like the sound of the flanger here. And I got a little bit of reverb on here, and that's all I'm really doing. I've got the low set to about 1 o'clock, the mid is right in the middle, and the high is set to about 1 o'clock. So I'm using my PV Viper amp, just the original Viper. It's the 15 watt one, and it's perfect for my needs. I'll probably do another video on it sometime, hopefully in the near future, now that I'm kind of wanting to play my Strat now that it's all fixed up. So those are the chords. Open E harmonic, B and E at the 12th fret. Now, as far as the actual stuff in between that I was humming a while ago, that I was kind of scat singing, we're going to start here. It's going to be some nice snappy sound. So basically, it's going to be at the 7th fret. Hammer on from the B string. It's E, B, hammer on to the 9th fret. Come back to the 7, back to the 9 on the G, and as you're hitting that, you're going to slide down so that you can make it here. So my strategy is my ring finger comes back down to the B string while this one's coming up, and the other two kind of fall in place. And I'm just slightly opening up the strings when I start to do this run, and all it's going to be is going to lead with a ring finger from the 5th fret all the way to the 9th. Actually, let's see, let me do that again. So we're going to do that twice. We're going to slide up to the 5 to 9, 7 to 11, and I'm going to hit that G, and I'm actually going to bar here across the 9th fret because this is an E from that shape. You bar from the D string to the B string. Okay, so little trill there from the on the G string, 9, 11, back to 9, 11 on the D. So let's try it from there. open string gives you time to come back. And it's just repeated from there. It's supposed to be that note, but sometimes I land there because I just don't hit them. And I think it is one more time. Okay, so that's so that long A shape comes out to the 12th fret, and back on that E. Yeah. And that's good because that already sets you up. If you're playing the long shape, it sets you up to come back and really land there on time. That took me a while to get that chord down. You really got to practice it. Okay, and that's just the last one. I think he does it 3 times total, including that thing there. Let's see. Let me play a little bit from this. Okay, so then that is once again the same slide, but we're actually hammering on to that 9th fret on the 7th on the A string, open E, and there we have it. That's Lenny. See, there's some other stuff he does there towards the end of the song. But yeah, this is a good, like I said, go actually find the video. I'll probably do a link or two to some of the best videos of him doing this song. And he does a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff at the 12th fret. Pentatonic scale shape 1, box shape 1. A lot of stuff at the 1st position. That's box 1 as well because it's 12th fret is an octave. It resets everything. So it's box 1 at the 12th and the 1st position here. Open strings. With a little blues there, blues flare with a flatted 3rd, maybe even some flatted 5th stuff. Actually, that's not the flatted 3rd, that is the flatted 5th. Okay, so that is Lenny. Please definitely check out that video, those videos that I'm going to leave links to here. Tell me what you think about putting the video of me assembling the other neck on this Strat. I mean, I've got a lot of good footage from it, and it's a good trial and error video of what to do and what not to do when you're installing a neck on the guitar. But yeah, definitely check out secretsofTexasBluesGuitar.com if you want to learn more about playing the blues. One of my main influences was Stevie Ray Vaughan. Another one was Eric Clapton. Two of some blues greats and blues legends. Highly love their music. Definitely check it out, secretsofTexasBluesGuitar.com. It's a 10-disc series, and just the lick section alone is 3 discs. So I really go in depth on about 46 different awesome blues licks that are standard in the blues repertoire. And it will help you understand, if you don't understand what I'm talking about when I say box 1 and pentatonic and all that stuff, I go over each one of those boxes, how you can create licks from those, how you can find your way up and down the fretboard from those. So definitely check it out. Once again, secretsofTexasBluesGuitar.com. I'll see you on the next video, whatever that may be. Thanks so much for watching. I'm really excited to play my Strat again, and I'll see you on the next video, whatever that may be. Thank you guys, and God bless.